I hate it.
Yeah. No,
So
I don't like it either.
Every single day, it's like the 5 minutes of hate of the fucking Georgescu. Like, dude, just shut the fuck up. It's like my taxes are going up. Have you seen the price of bread? And they're like, oh, like Georgescu was such a bad man and he was with the Russians. Like, I don't fucking care. I hate it. I had my friend over from Freedom Alternative, and we just sat on the couch and talked a little bit about politics. And I never expected that this clip would be attacked. Like, I thought it's one of the most common sense things that a person can say, that it's almost impossible to attack it. But we have, like, people that do propaganda on behalf of the EU that got really butthurt by what I was saying. And I think they got butthurt because it's actually common sense. If you're a Romanian and you're looking online in order to see what people talk about politics, it's literally about like, well, this politician is with the Russians, this politician is bad, look at this politician, how immoral he is. And all of them are not in the government. And I'm like, you know, like, it's very important to talk about which politician is with the Russians or not, don't get me wrong, but when can we talk about the price of bread? Do we have any room for these conversations to happen? The reality is, like, these conversations absolutely happen in real life. Like, if you go out and you talk with other people, they do happen. But they don't seem to exist in the online space for some reason. Now, I'm not going to accuse people of astroturfing and shilling, because that would be beneath me, but I am saying that people are astroturfing and shilling. There is a severe lack of representation from the general public in the online space. And more importantly, right, to say that someone that cares about the price of bread is with the Russians, do you understand what you're doing? I mean, we can look at the West and what happened when they watered down the word misogyny. And now no one gives a fuck. What happened when they watered down the word racist. And now you have Nick Fuentes going around on all the televisions and just being unstoppable. And now you try to water down the word of being pro-Russia. Like, are people fucking insane? Like, at this point, I generally think that they are with the Russians. You know, they keep shilling for Germany that had a massive gas pipe from Moscow all the way up to the butthole of their industry. And this wasn't done by the AfD. Like, it was done by the CDU and SPD. Wasn't, like, one of the presidents of Germany involved in a scandal with the Russians? Like, what happened with that? But, like, for some reason, no. Like, the European Union is extremely anti-Russian. And it's the people that complain about the rising cost of bread that are the issue. Now, when I say the rising cost of bread, okay, like, I expect that my audience is above room temperature level. And it is. Like, you guys are smart enough to get it. But when you go on Twitter and I reach outside of my audience, it seems that I am surrounded by absolute cretins. They genuinely think that I talk about the loaf of bread, which, by the way, yes, like, even the loaf of bread is now 200% more expensive than it used to be like 3 years ago, give or take. But I'm talking about, like, all the groceries. I'm talking about the standard of living when I say the cost of bread, right? Because if you go shopping now, at the end of 2025, you spend 3 times, if not 4 times more than you would spend back in 2019. And so, these imbeciles believe that I want fixed prices. Like that I am an anti-capitalist now because I'm complaining about shit getting expensive. And it's like, look, you morons. Shit isn't expensive because we've been through a drought. Shit isn't expensive because we had a plague of locusts, you imbeciles. Shit is expensive because the government has decided to tax more and more, to regulate more and more. And shit is expensive because the electricity has gone up, the gas prices have gone up, like all of these things have gone up. And yes, the result is that the bread is now a lot more expensive than it used to be. And, you know, like, when I want politicians to represent me, I don't want politicians to just be like, oh, well, we're not as bad as the Russians, right? So I look at the standard of living in Russia, and as long as we're like 0.1% above that, all is good. No, like, when I get politicians to represent me, I expect them to unfuck the economy, to crack down on the bureaucracy that's wasting way too much cash, to cut their own spending before they start taxing me more, and more importantly, to know where my taxes are going. Like, okay, you know, we're not making enough money, we're not taxing people enough, like, but what are you doing with the money that you're already taking? And apparently having these conversations means that you're with Putin. As if we don't know where these things started. Like, they started exactly in 2020. I still have my receipts. Like, you can't gaslight the population with it. We all go to the supermarket, and some of us buy online. And if you buy online in the app, you can actually scroll down and you can see how much you paid for shit back in 2020 or 2019. And so you can compare. And when it went to shit was literally during COVID. Like, the government that managed COVID, and especially in Romania, they passed a lot of rules that fucked with the economy, were considered unconstitutional by the court afterwards, and they haven't been held to account. Like, the moment people started voting for the clown candidate, just to fuck with them, they canceled the elections. And now they're still butthurt about the clown candidate. No one fucking cares about the clown candidate. Okay? I'm going to vote another clown next time around. It's a vote of protest. It's malicious compliance. If you're going to turn the country into a circus, then we're going to put the clowns in the circus. Is the anti-establishment candidate. I don't care who he is. Like, he could have been a hardcore communist, or he could have been a far-right individual with a Jesus tattooed on his cock. I would have still voted for him simply because you hate him. But when I say you, I mean like the people that contact me on Twitter with this bullshit, the people in the media that constantly shill for the government at Antenna 3 CNN, as well as the people in the power that are going to now lose their seats, and they're not going to be able to have a wage that's built out of my taxpayer money. So, all in all, no, like, a lot of Romanians do resonate with me if you happen to go outside and you don't live in a very progressive space. Like, if you don't live in the capital, Constanța, Cluj, or like maybe one other city. But like, outside of that, no, like, every Romanian agrees with me, and you can't algorithm your way out of this because they don't even need to go online in order to reach my conclusions. They reach my conclusions the moment they step into the supermarket. And they don't understand, like, why do things keep becoming more and more expensive when, as I mentioned before, there is no calamity. Like, if there was a plague of locusts or a massive earthquake or some shit, sure. Now, again, there's a war over the border, right? Like, most Romanians support Ukraine because of geographical reasons, that they don't give a shit about politics, ideology, or anything like that. It's like, it's over the border, just like Russia doesn't want to border NATO, Romania doesn't want to border Russia. However, they understand that things get a little bit more expensive, you know, like 50% more expensive, fine, because of the war. But when it constantly keeps going up and up and up and up, and you know it's not only because of the war, because shit was getting expensive before the war, well, then the politicians have some explaining to do. And the very fact that they don't like talking about the economy, and they don't like talking about prices and standards of living, is very telling. What it tells me is that they have no plans to fix it. And so, like, if this thing keeps going, like 10 years from now, it's probably going to be even more worse than it is now. And the question is, like, where's the brakes on this train? And why can't we talk about it? Let me know what you guys think, though. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.